everybody. This is Anya, managing editor of Swag Her Magazine, coming once again with our PCOS conversation. Today, I have nutritionist Kendra Tolbert with us. I'm gonna wait just a couple of seconds, allow a couple of people to join, and then we'll get right to our conversation. And then I always seem to forget to put my phone on. It's awful. It's awful. Couple seconds. It's crazy. I'm like, okay, let me get to it. Today we'll be talking about nutrition. We'll be talking about nutrition when dealing with PCOS, guys. So if you have any questions, we have the specialist here, honey. She's my nutritionist. So I know she's good. She's my nutritionist. So let's go ahead and start our conversation. This is Kendra Tolbert, a nutritionist. She specializes in PCOS and something else. So I'll let her introduce herself so you guys can know who she is, because she can probably do that better than I can.
Hi there. So my name is Kendra Tolbert. I am a registered dietitian nutritionist, a registered yoga teacher, and a certified aromatherapist. So pretty much all things health and wellness I adore. I specialize in women's health in general, but PCOS and preconception nutrition, so any sort of fertility or infertility, like that's my wheelhouse, that's my love, that's my passion.
So I met Kendra, as I shared with you guys. I decided to harvest my eggs. And with my other job, my full-time job, there is a app. It's called Maven. And with Maven, I get a nutritionist. And I've been wanting to get a nutritionist anyway. And the lovely Miss Kendra is my nutritionist. Let me not say was, because she still is. And when we talked, she gave me some things. I'll let you talk about what I have here when we get to that. She did tell me some things that will work, gave me a site and told me here, and I'll be here. So I love her personality. So I asked her to come on to share with you guys. Before I start, let me again talk about our sponsor, AVP Tees and Apparel. How does that go? You can win this shirt next week. I will be giving away this shirt. It's an extra large. It says, "I wear teal for me, PCOS awareness." She, Nikki over at AVP Tees and Apparel, she actually donated that shirt and the shirt I have on today. Keep calm, learn to live with PCOS. So I'm learning to learn about PCOS. As I told you guys my story in week 1, my doctor simply just told me you have PCOS and try to stay away from carbs. I wasn't told anything about eating. She didn't offer anything. I don't know if she knew. But so many women are diagnosed with PCOS now that I really wanted to talk about it this month because it's PCOS Awareness Month. So let's get into the conversation. So why did you decide on PCOS? Why did you decide on infertility? Why women's health? Why?
So the path to the world of like PCOS and infertility really started for me in grad school. I had like a guest lecturer come in and she was talking about gestational diabetes. And I was like, ooh, I can learn more about pregnancy and nutrition and diabetes, and I can help women because that's just what I've always wanted to do. And so then I decided I'm absolutely going to be a women's health dietitian. So I started off at WIC, which is Women, Infants, and Children. So WIC is a federally funded program that helps women access nutrition and food for themselves during pregnancy, after pregnancy, during breastfeeding, and for their children up to the age of 5. And so one day a woman came in and she was putting her son on the program, and she revealed to me that she had adopted him because she had had trouble conceiving. And now that I think back, just based on some of the things that she and I talked about, kind of wonder if she had PCOS and hadn't been diagnosed, because We all know how long it can take to get a diagnosis. Always work out right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. I never had even considered, I'm kind of embarrassed to admit it, that there were people who were having a difficult time conceiving. And so I went home, I went on Google, and I Googled everything I could find on nutrition and fertility. And I found tons of research articles, and I was kind of upset because I was like, I went to grad school. Like, why didn't anyone tell me that nutrition could have an impact on women's health this way? And so I started blogging about it, and then I moved on to another clinic, and there I started seeing women who were preparing to conceive. I started seeing women with PCOS, and I fell in love with it because it felt like it was more than just nutrition, but it was an opportunity to remind women of how amazing they are, and no matter where they are in life, that they are fertile, that they are creative, and that they are able to produce, and all of these other things that fertility means beyond just whether or not they're able to conceive in that moment.
Okay, wow. So you just kind of stumbled upon it. That's exciting. You're kind of like me. I go down a rabbit hole. Once I find something that I'm curious about, I'm like, okay, so let me find more about that. Okay, how can I find this? Okay, why didn't I think of that? Why nobody told me that? And that's kind of where I'm at with PCOS now. Why nobody told me that I could do this? Why didn't I know about this website? Why didn't I know about I could do this? You know, all the whys. And what's so funny is I went to my gyno and she didn't know.
Yeah.
Because I had my Mirena, and really and honestly, and we're gonna get to what they gave me to help me with nutrition. But she was even like, when I told her I was gonna harvest my eggs, she was like, I've never known anybody to do that. So we're gonna do this together. I was like, yes, ma'am, we sure will. And so it's funny. Okay, so why is nutrition so important in regards to PCOS?
Yeah, so for a lot of the same reasons that it's important for everyone's health and nutrition, or health and wellness and hormones, it's because what we eat literally becomes the building blocks for who we are. So all of those foods that you take in, your body breaks apart and reassembles and uses for your organs, for your hormones, for every chemical process that's occurring in your body. It's really happening as a result of what you've taken in. And then with PCOS, a lot of women with PCOS have insulin resistance. It's assumed that about 70% and likely more women with PCOS have insulin resistance. And with insulin resistance, there's a lot you can do with nutrition and supplements. I know you're doing some of those things. And so that's really why. And because of that insulin resistance, a lot of doctors will recommend that we cut back on carbs. But that doesn't deal with the root cause. And the root cause of all of it really is like inflammation. It's genetic. So we really have to actually take a look at the insulin resistance and not just pull back on the carbs.
Okay, because that's the first thing they tell you. Cut back on carbs and lose weight. The first thing they will tell you. They will tell you to lose weight, especially if you want to have a kid.
Yeah.
Lose weight. It got to the point that with my Mirena and my PCOS, they was like, just walk. Don't even worry about trying to lose weight. Just walk.
Yeah.
I guess they were like, there's nothing that we know to do. So what foods are there we should stay away from? Yeah. I know you said not so much carbs, but what should we stay away from?
Yeah. So fortunately, there's not any like list. You may find them online. They're like, eat this, don't eat that list when it comes to PCOS. But the truth is that women with PCOS can eat everything that they're not allergic to, that they're not sensitive to, and that really is individualized. So there's nothing that's completely off limits. It's really about overall pattern. It's really about how balanced each plate is, how balanced each snack is. And so the thing that I always recommend is to start with the plate method. So you have about half a plate of non-starchy vegetables, about a quarter of a plate of carbohydrates, because your body does need them. And then a quarter of a plate of protein. And then added to that, you have healthy fats, you have herbs, you have spices, and all of that actually balances out your blood sugar. And all of that actually makes sure that you're driving down inflammation and that you're supporting good gut health, which we know in the end helps PCOS. So there's nothing that's off limits, but there are ways to balance the things that we know can maybe spike your blood sugar. So if you're gonna have white rice, then don't eat it the way I grew up eating it, which was like a plate of rice. And then you stack the other food on top. Like that's not the way to do it. You have a little quarter of your plate of rice, and then you fill up your plate with other things that don't spike your blood sugar, and you still get to enjoy the foods that you love.
So the next thing is, are there any food? Well, you just said there's no foods, but are there supplements that can help with the symptoms of PCOS?
Yes. And this is probably like the part that makes me happiest. It's inositol is one that I constantly recommend. I know you've tried it. I'd love to hear about your experience with it. So that one really does help to deal with the insulin resistance that I keep talking about. You'll hear me talk about all the time. So it can help with the carb cravings. It can help to reduce your blood sugar levels. And as a result, it can actually help to lower some of those androgens, so those high male hormones that are the cause of a lot of the PCOS symptoms. So that supplement is one of my favorites. And if you're trying to conceive, it can actually help with ovulation, and it can help with egg quality. So it's one of my top ones. And then the other one that I love is spearmint tea. And so you were ready. And I love spearmint tea because, again, it drives down the androgens. I think it tastes good. That's always nice. And so by driving down androgens, it can help with the acne. It can help with hirsutism, which is the facial hair growth that some women experience. And I know that those are a lot of the symptoms that people are really self-conscious about. So those are the two that I'm constantly recommending.
Yes. As I was telling you, well, one of the things is my OB, she did look on here and she was like, hey, that's the medicine we give people when they're trying to conceive, the myo, it's however way you pronounce that. Okay, so my experience with the spearmint tea, I do spearmint tea and I do a little scoop. A scoop comes in here, and this is a 3-month supply. And it's $65 with your discount, which I got. Thank you for that again. But it's a little scoop like this that you use. I don't put any sugar in it. I'm a tea drinker. So I do my cup of tea in the morning when I'm on my way out the door. I have my little mug. I guess I could have grabbed that. My little mug. I put my tea in there so it's brewing while I'm on my way to work. So when I get to work, I know the difference whenever I don't drink it twice a day. I love sugar. My body loves sugar. And it's amazing because you taught me that what insulin resistance was. You were like, my cells are feeling like I'm not eating sugar. So that's why I'm craving so much sugar. And I was like, see, nobody told me that. Because I am such a sugar person. Not so much as starch, but I would eat candy all day, especially if I'm tired. I even found that even taking this, I'm not so tired. It really helps. It helps with my mood. My mood swings are not so wishy-washy, because people don't understand that sometimes you're cranky and you don't even know why you're cranky, but I'm cranky because that's a symptom of PCOS. Yeah. So sorry, guys. Just went off for no reason. That's my bad. But yes, I love these things. Also, I remember you told me about the website PCOS Nutrition. There's actually a cookbook on there that I'm planning on purchasing. So that's good. And it has the different stories as the Maven app also have different stories for people who are harvesting their eggs. But the PCOS Nutrition website has people who have PCOS, and that's what we're trying to do, guys. We're starting a conversation we're finishing a conversation, however way you want to look at it. We just want to have the conversation on PCOS. There's so many women as hush, I have PCOS. Or people are looking at women like last week, as Shanice told y'all, she grows hair on her face. And people look at her strange. And she actually had an incident last week. And she said from the live, she felt confident, especially because it's been PCOS Awareness Month. She was like, I went over to them and was like, I have PCOS. Yeah. That's why. And I think, and it's time for us to educate others. And that's why I wear my shirt boldly, keep calm and learn how to live with PCOS. And that's why we're giving away, let me plug this again. That's why we're giving away this shirt, because people may actually ask you, what's PCOS?
Yes.
Why are you wearing so much teal? What is that? And the more and more we talk about it, the more and more we can find ways to even figure out supplements and different things. And, when I showed her my stuff, she was like, I need to find that. I need to get that. And I was like, right. So that's that. So my doctor gave me a diabetic meal plan. And I know you said there's no special foods to stay away from. You can eat whatever you want. But should I do that, or should I just make up my own meal plan? I'm finding that meal planning is working in regards to my PCOS. So should I use their meal plan, or should I just make my own?
No, I don't want to get in any trouble. But no, I wouldn't recommend using, because they tend to, I remember when I worked in a hospital, it was like maybe 2 days was all it showed, like what to eat for 2 days. And it was like, well, what am I supposed to do the other 363 days of the year? And it just wasn't enough information, or it wasn't culturally sensitive in a lot of cases. It was like, these are foods I don't eat. These are foods most people don't eat. There's a very small minority that will eat those foods.
Right.
And then it's like, well, how do I eat? How does my Latino friend eat? Like, how are we supposed to eat in a way that supports our health? So I think sometimes there's some things that you can glean from it, right? Like you may notice that meal that they're showing has protein, it has fat, it has fiber, and it has carbs. So you get that idea from it, but the idea that you should follow it, probably not. Probably not.
Okay. So is there anything that you would like to add about PCOS nutrition?
Yes. I think the biggest thing that I always want to add is like, make sure it's enjoyable. Because if it's not enjoyable, you're not going to stick with it. And it feels like more and more the world of nutrition is about how extreme you can go, and you never get to balance going to extremes. Like you just don't. That's the opposite of balance. And I think most of us are trying to be more balanced. So keep it simple, keep it enjoyable, make sure it's something you can stick with. And if it sounds too good to be true, if it sounds like cut these 2 foods out and your PCOS is cured, likely not true. It's the basic foundational truths about nutrition never change. We all need plenty of vegetables. We all need some healthy proteins. We all need fat. We all need to enjoy our meals, and that never ever changes.
Okay. So as promised, what is your swagger? Have you figured it out?
I would have to say it's that I'm constantly growing. Like what it is today, maybe totally different than what it is tomorrow, and it's totally different than what I thought it was at 22. So it's just that I'm constantly evolving.
Evolve. Okay, so let our audience know how they can reach you if they needed to get in touch with you for, nutrition, yoga, infertility, PCOS. How can they reach you?
Yes. So the best place to reach me is to go to my website, which is livefertile.com. That's LIVE. I hope I'm saying that right. FERTILE.com. So livefertile.com. And on there's actually a PCOS 7-day hormone morning routine challenge. So it's like simple morning. I know I needed to tell you.
Write this down.
Yes. Just like some simple self-care practices that you can do in the morning that really can help to reset your hormones. You'll also find some nutrition information around fertility. You'll find some yoga videos. I have quite a few yoga videos on IGTV and YouTube around PCOS, around infertility, around endometriosis and PMS. So pretty much anything women's health, you will find there.
What's your YouTube? You only gave us your website.
So I'm not, what's the word I'm looking for, certified yet. So if you go to my website, then you'll get the link to YouTube.
Got you.
Search
it sounds really interesting. That's our editor-in-chief. So I thank you once again, Kendra, because I was like, I need a nutritionist. I'm going to have my own nutritionist come on here. And I thank you for these things. Again, this is the supplement
Love it. I love it. I love it.
that I use. I like it. It helps. It helps with my sugar cravings. And I also do spearmint. And I did my own research on both. I did my own research on both. And the research says that these are great things. Even my OB, she was like, when I had my Mirena removed, she was like, oh, I like that. You're going to have to tell me how you feel about it. So I really like that. And I think I'm going on month 2.
Mm-hmm.
October, I'm going to have to buy some more supplement. I'm almost out, and I'm forever purchasing this. I probably should just buy it in bulk, but I bought the last 3 off the shelf today at Walmart, because there's certain Walmarts. Let me tell y'all something. You can't just go up and buy this.
It's true.
At a Walmart, and it's not in the tea aisle. It's actually in the pharmacy aisle. It is. I was like, why is it in pharmacy? What is this about? So it's an herbal tea, and they have the peppermint and spearmint. They don't always have it just the spearmint, so you have to find it, and it's worth it. This was $2.18.
Oh yeah, that's definitely accessible.
It's fairly, and that's for 24, and this was $65. But again, it's for 3 months, and it's for your health. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, for my health, I sure can spend that. So thank you. And I'm gonna make me an appointment with you.
I can't wait.
All right. Well, I'll be talking to you soon. Thank you, everybody, for joining today. This has been Miss Kendra Tolbert. She's a nutritionist on PCOS and infertility. Again, her website is livefertile.com. If you have any questions, you want to know more about what she does, you need to book an appointment. Where are you located, Kendra?
So I'm located in Austin, but I tend to be pretty nomadic. So I typically work virtually with people.
I didn't know you were, I thought you were in California for some reason.
Wow. Oh, that makes sense.
Dallas.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks again.
Bye.